Welcome back to Forgotten Working Class Podcast. I am Tiffany.
I'm John.
Today we have with us our guest DJ. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You can find him on TikTok at Online Lawn Pro and also at DJ Allen Digital. Again, thank you for being here with us today.
Glad to be here.
So where are you calling from?
So I am in the Atlanta, Georgia area.
Okay.
Yeah, about 30 minutes east of Atlanta. So
Very nice. Yeah, we have family and friends up there.
Yeah, I was saying Matt's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
He's right up there.
yeah, that's
How
cool.
old are you?
33.
Okay, yeah. I just turned 34 and John just turned 35.
Yeah.
So young.
Yeah.
We're in our prime.
Except we hear that we're old from the kids, but
Don't believe
Right.
them.
Do you have kids?
Yes, I'm married. This year will be, I hope she doesn't watch this, 12 years. Yeah, we got married young and 4 kids, three boys and a little girl that we just had in August.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we didn't plan her necessarily, but super glad to have her now. So being a girl dad is different.
It is different. Yeah, our oldest is a girl and our youngest is a boy. They're 8 years apart. So are you close in age?
Yeah, they're so I have 10, 9, 5, and 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah, a little stair step there.
got your hands full.
Very, and I don't have big hands, so
Yeah, me either. It's all right.
yeah, it's a lot, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, kids are a blessing.
Absolutely.
They make life interesting.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Very interesting. Yeah,
Our mouths.
I had the Donuts with Dads event at the 2 oldest boys' school this morning, and they had written little notes on the back of their little things, and one of them was like, you're good at fixing things, you tell funny jokes, and you're a better driver than mom.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, well,
I love it.
not too much truth there, pal. It's gonna be okay.
That's adorable.
It's funny. I enjoy being a dad. Yeah.
That's awesome. So what do you do for work?
So I am a hydrovac truck operator. So I drive the truck and I operate it. So to explain a little bit about what that is, I think we had kind of conversed a little bit about that beforehand. But so it's a truck, and we use water pressure along with a vacuum to dig for or in or around underground utilities. So it's a safer way to excavate if you're not sure of where utilities are or things like that. So
That's awesome.
So is there a camera on it?
no, there's no camera. So it's basically just a big pressure washer, and it's just a big 6 foot long wand, and it cuts right through the ground, and we have like a 6-inch tube that's attached to the truck. Then it booms out, and you stick the tube in the ground, and it's pretty satisfying. If you I don't have any videos of any of my social medias, but there is a guy. I'll shout him out. Why not? His name is Hydrovac Jack. You can find him on Instagram, and he's got some very satisfying videos. But it's a pretty cool. It's a cool concept. It's a safer way to dig around utilities, and there's other applications that you can use those trucks for too. So
Very cool. How long is that, like
Pretty
a
awesome.
newer thing, or how long has that been around?
I feel like it's coming around to be more popular probably within the last 5 years. But from what I understand, it's relatively new. It's growing. I'll say that. I've heard that there are lots of commercial construction sites that are almost now required to have at least a truck there. It's just a big insurance, on. I think there's a gas line here. I think there's a power line here.
Yeah.
So instead of using a backhoe or something like that, just tearing through it, they just have us spot it, and then they can dig the rest. So
Super dangerous, yeah, because you can only dig how far? Like, isn't there a rule or something?
Well, he's talking about if you have gas lines,
Right.
like the gas lines in here,
Right.
you're supposed to usually call, right? You have
Right.
to call a
That's what
number.
I'm saying. You can only dig so many feet without, like,
But what he does is the way they do it, digging, you're not going to run and cut into the line.
Right.
So they test it first, and then they say, "Go ahead."
That's correct. So they'll call and have a location company come out and locate.
Yeah.
Which, if you've met any locators, they're probably nice guys, but rarely accurate, in my opinion. Which, you know, it's not their fault.
It's right there.
Somewhere in here. So yeah, they'll locate it, and then, you know, if they're not sure, they'll call us in. We'll dig down, find it, or don't, and then then they can proceed with their project. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Very
it's
cool.
a neat concept. I enjoy it. It's a little something different every day. So
How long you been doing that?
just since January.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you do before that?
So before that, I was an HVAC technician. So yeah, when you were talking about, you know, blue collar things, I was like, well, the collar is as blue as it can get.
Yeah, you've done it
So,
all.
yeah, I'll start from the beginning, you know, if that helps. So right out of high school, I joined the fire department in the Metro Atlanta area in DeKalb County, and just because I simply didn't know what else to do, I didn't really have any desire to go to college, nor did I have the grades to. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and the lady, or the young lady that I was dating at the time, her father worked at the fire department, and he kind of talked it up, and I was like, okay, let me check it out. So I got a job right out of high school. I was 19 when I started, and I did 3.5 years at the DeKalb County Fire Department, and then 3.5 years in the city of Covington. And eventually, I just got kind of burnt out with it. You know, this a lot of traumatizing things, a lot of experiences, and, you know, really, really good people that I worked with, and some of them I still miss working with. But as far as like the job itself, I don't really miss as much. I did a lot of growing up within, you know, those years. Saw a lot of things, learned a lot of things, but I got to a point to where, you know, I got kind of burnt out. I didn't really want to train as much, and that's kind of a job you need to be all in on. So since I wasn't all in, I decided to exit that. So
Well, no hard feelings. We love and respect our first responders, and that's awesome that you started out your life in that.
Yeah.
We actually next week have a video coming out on Monday with the first responder that saved John's life. Super cool. His name is Curtis, and we're really good friends with him. But yeah, he's told us some things that he.
No, I mean, mine alone was.
You know, that his
Sure.
patient actually is alive and came back to talk to him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I
he
can only
talks about
imagine.
how, you know, it was what was dispatched, and, you know, when he got on site, you know, he thought you're looking at dismemberment and blood and pretty much going to be dead. And
Yeah.
then when he helped me pull me out from where I was, you know, I had my hands, my feet, and he was like, "Oh shit." Then my head came out, and he was like, "Oh God," you know, like, damn.
yeah, if you don't mind, what exactly happened?
So I got electrocuted by 4,160 volts.
Yeah.
It hit me right there in the head. Now I actually have a soft spot right here.
Yeah.
That's a hole in my skull. And it burned, you know, my ear's gone here, burned all the way down to here, my whole shoulder,
Wow.
into my chest, onto my back. But they had to, you know, your lat muscle.
Yeah.
So they took my left one out. So, like, right here, I got a hole.
Hmm.
They took that out, and that's what they put on my head for a flap, because all the skin was gone. It was burned too bad. They couldn't do nothing with it.
Wow. Wow.
But
That's
that episode interesting. I literally asked Curtis, the firefighter, if John pooped himself.
Yeah, that was
Because
like one
I
of our big
swear,
questions. It's like, did he shit himself? Did he shit himself? And he's like, I have no clue.
that
I was
much
like, no.
voltage, you had to have shit yourself. Like,
Look, I will not, you know, did or didn't. Hey, man, that's crazy, man. So what was your job? Can you say? Or
I was working on heavy machinery, earth moving machinery.
Yeah.
You know, big stuff, and it all runs off of 4160.
Yeah.
And I was up inside one of them working on something, and then I woke up in the hospital. And I told her I got to go to work, and she's like, "You're not going anywhere."
I don't think you're going back to work, bud.
She's like, "You're in the hospital," and I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah, something happened.
Yeah, I was like, "All right."
Wow.
I mean, long hours, long days. 75, 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was crazy. And electricity obviously was supposed to be turned off, and we don't know where or what went wrong, but they got him.
Wow. That's amazing, man. I was listening to some of the previous podcast episodes and kind of heard, your side of the story there, Tiffany. And it was really, it's an amazing story. And it's amazing that you're here, man. And do you have like any like bad, like
Yeah,
limitations?
you can ask whatever you want. Don't be afraid.
Well, I was just trying to make sure it sounded good.
Whatever you want to say.
Your limitations now, like
Uh,
The heat.
yeah. So it took me, I would say, almost 2 years to actually, because I love fishing.
sure.
Like to go just stand out and fish. It took me almost 2 years to be able to really go out and stand for, as long as I really could handle.
Right.
Because before that, I mean, right when I got out of the hospital, so all the scars I have on my head, your heat comes out through your head.
Mm-hmm.
So all the scarring doesn't sweat and it traps the heat. So I overheat a lot faster now.
Oh, I got you.
And like right when I got out of the hospital and I was finally sent home, I think a week of being home, I was like, I got to do something.
Yeah.
I got to get out of this house. I'm going to go clean up the backyard. We had some stuff in the backyard. I was like, I'll just pick up a little bit just to get out because, you go from working 80 hours a week outside every day, all day,
Yeah.
to sitting in a hospital and then sitting in the house. I was going crazy.
I'm sure.
So I think I made it about an hour and a half. And then I got heat stroke and had to go to the emergency room.
Wow.
So I was like, well, that was a fucking fail. That didn't last long.
I definitely get that. Even if I just get old, I'm starting to feel a little bit better after day 2, day 3. I'm like, I guess I could go fix this. I can't sit still. So I get that. Wow, that's crazy, man. That's really cool that you've made it this far and you're just a normal guy. That's crazy.
Yeah, just gotta keep going. That's it.
Yeah.
Normal, except for when you have to tell him something 5 times a day.
Yeah, I forget
But
a lot.
He can remember 10 years ago, but not what the hell I told him 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's the
5
crazy
times.
part is they were like, so the front part and the right part of my brain were damaged.
Mhm.
So my short-term memory,
Non-existent.
no, it does. It's a hit and miss. I mean, if I met you on the street and you're like, hey, my name's Bill, I'd be like, hey, how you doing? Tomorrow I could walk by you and you'd be like, hey, John. And I'd be like, hi.
Hello.
No clue who you were. No, I remember your face, but I can't put the name to it. And then, yeah, same thing. She's like, go grab this. And I'll walk out and be like, wait, what the hell was I getting? But
Yeah.
I can go back to like when I was in high school and be like, hey, you remember this? It's like, how do you know this? And I was like, I don't know. It just works.
Yeah. I was gonna say that might just be a man thing.
That's what I keep hearing. Everyone's like, listen, your brain's fine. I forget my phone all the time. Forget where I put my drink.
I am shocked at the things that I am able to remember because they don't matter at all.
Right.
But the things that I should remember, I'm there's no clue. And my wife,
That's being a man.
that is like I remember playing a basketball game in high school. I had this many points. We scored, this was the score. I'm like, how do you remember? I don't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday, much less anything 5 years or before. Thing. But anyway, so I left the fire department and then I went into the pharmaceutical industry. I was a document control specialist, which sounds fancy, but it's not. It's just I handled papers and then shifted them from like an engineer to a scientist and from the scientist to the engineer. Anyway, and then I went from there and did some cleaning in the manufacturing areas that they did manufacture some of the pharmaceutical stuff. Went from there to a metal stamping company, which was not fun. Don't enjoy that. But life kind of dictated that I go there and do that. I did that for a year. And on the side, while I was doing that, I started a lawn care company. Well, I dabbled in it within the fire department. So if you know any firefighters or EMTs, they usually have a side business because of just the way the schedule runs and they don't make enough, honestly.
Yeah.
So, I cut grass on and off within, my 7 years at the fire department. But when I went to the metal stamping company, I decided to revisit it. So I was doing that on the evenings and weekends and started to make more money in the lawn care industry than I was doing the metal stamping. And seeing as how I hated the metal stamping, I said, you know what? Now's my chance to make my exit. And hindsight is always 2020, but my exit strategy was not a strategy at all. I just left. I didn't have enough money saved, and I did it in the wrong time of year, like now, like when the grass is dying. So I left my metal stamping job in like September, October, and made it through the first winter, and then hit spring, running. I made money, and summer came along, and I was able to put back the money that I dug myself in the winter. But by the time I did that, the winter came back, and it was a vicious cycle. So I used all the money. So I did that for 2 years. That's it. Really, the bug bit me for entrepreneurship, and just trying to do things on my own. And I really liked and enjoyed building that business. And but eventually, it just got to where it caught up to me. So after 2 years of that, I went to work with a friend of mine doing heating and air. So I did that for 2 years, learned a ton there, and went from there to being a hydrovac operator. So
you've done it all. Yeah. And I mean, on TikTok, you have 2 TikTok pages. Right. So you also do what else?
So I'll digital marketing. That's essentially my side job now, because I don't stay busy enough, apparently. Because doing my full-time job, I'm anywhere from 45 to 65 hours a week, and obviously 4 kids. But either way, I also do digital marketing. I just kind of started that fairly recently, but the bug bit me with that as well within the lawn care business, because you got to promote yourself and you got to figure out what works and what doesn't. And,
it's hard.
It is hard. It is hard. I'm sure you guys have, with the apparel and stuff, getting yourself out there, it's tough.
Yeah.
But so I was able to dive into that, and that's coming along, and that my digital marketing TikTok account just reached over 1,000 followers. I think 2 days ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Which was a big step. Some people are like, well, that's cool. I got 2,000, 3,000, whatever. But hey, when I hit 500 followers, I was like, heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
You're excited. You're like, all right, that's what I'm talking about. Like, keep it going.
TikTok has their standards so high. So you need 1,000 followers to really begin anything on there.
Yeah, that's 100% correct. So yeah, I hit 1,000 followers there, and about halfway through the growth of that is when I branched off and started doing the lawn care stuff. So full transparency, I'm not in the lawn care industry anymore, obviously. But I always enjoyed it, and I always liked, when I left my business, I essentially handed over all of my customers to a friend of mine who had just started out his business. He had talked about wanting to buy my customers and things like that, which is a thing that people do, but I just didn't feel good about that. So I was like, you know what, if you want them, you can have them. So I think I gave him maybe 80 to 100 customers that he could start off with. Maybe less. I'm not sure. He could probably vouch it was probably less, I think. But it's been a while now, so we'll go with 80 to 100.
That's all right. The fact that you just handed them to him is awesome.
Yeah. So helped him get started, and he would call me from time to time and I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? And just kind of bounce ideas off of me. And, we would kind of brainstorm and help him get going. And he's doing good now. And he follows me on that TikTok page. So that's good. But yeah, started that. And, it's growing. And I'm just I always enjoyed the lawn care business and, trying to figure out ways to grow that. And like I said, I've had that guy and then a few other just younger guys that have come across the TikTok page there and was just, I don't know where to start, or I just started out. I'm 16, 17, 18 years old. I want to do the lawn care thing. I know there's money in it. Where do I start? How do I start? So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start. I'll just make videos about it. So
that's awesome. You're helping people.
Yeah. Trying to, and obviously, I want it to be worth my time. So I do charge for a couple of products that are, easily accessible. But other than that, a lot of the information that I give out there is completely free. So
That's awesome. It's so rewarding being an entrepreneur. Like, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18 as well. And it's just so rewarding. You
Yeah.
have your full-time job, obviously, and then you're doing that on the side. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. That was one of the things I really loved about my lawn care business is just the freedom. And that comes with caveats because it's not necessarily freedom because you're, a lot of times with a 9 to 5 job or a 5 to 9, whichever hours you work or more, you can kind of leave work and go home and do your things. But you guys know, as entrepreneurs, you stop doing whatever you're doing, and then you're still working on the business. You're still answering phone calls. You're still answering emails, trying to set things up for the next day and the next week, and organizing. And you never stop. But the freedom that I had to, take a day off or shift my schedule, or however I wanted to do it. So that was always really enticing to me, and I enjoyed the time that I was able to do that. So
That's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of best of both worlds. I mean, I love to overfill my plate and
Oh yeah.
then I'm regretting it the next day. But if I'm not busy, I'm miserable. Like, I'm looking for something to do.
Yeah, but it's nice because it's nice for me now because I can go to my kids' events.
yeah.
Like you're saying, this morning when I was working, my schedule was 1 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon
Jeez.
every day. So it was like,
sometimes longer too.
yeah. So if something broke on a machine,
Yeah.
you were there until it was fixed. There was no like, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. It was, no, you'll fix it today.
That's
We
right.
can run tomorrow. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely.
So I missed all of my daughter's
Like 5 years of her life.
5 years of anything to do with school, daddy, daughter dances, parents, whatever this. I couldn't go to none of it because
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, and then our son was only a year old when he got hurt. So
Yeah.
he was just a baby, missed the first year because of work, and then missed a couple years recovering.
But
Yeah.
now I get to go to all their stuff. We went to their plays, and it's good. It's nice to be able to go and watch your kids do whatever they're doing in school.
I like to encourage people to become an entrepreneur if you can. It's great working for somebody, collecting a steady paycheck. But at the end of the day, if you can become something yourself, if you have a small hobby, small talent, everybody has their own special things going on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. That's one of the big things. Like I said, and I enjoyed the freedom, but yes, when I was doing my lawn care stuff, hey, so-and-so's got a field trip coming up. Can you go? Yeah, absolutely. Baseball game here. Yep. I'll be there, and stuff like that, which a lot of times now I can make most of those things, but I'm still missing,
Yeah.
stuff from time to time, but yeah, that it means a lot to me to be able to be at my kids' things. I remember being a kid, a baseball game, for example, you're sitting in the dugout and you're always looking like, are they here yet? Are they here? You're looking for your parents, you're looking for your support. And it kills me if I have to miss something. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they're looking for me. And and I'm busting my butt trying to get there, but it doesn't happen every time, but I try to make it happen. So yes, entrepreneurship is the way to go.
I hope things kick off for you because you have 4 dugouts to be in.
Yeah.
You're 100%. Correct. Luckily now I have one doing soccer. So that's it for right now.
Okay.
My oldest son will start back in baseball in the spring. And he's a great athlete. He gets it from me. But yeah, he's really good baseball, and he was involved with a travel team last year, and they want him to come back. So come springtime, it'll be full tilt again. So
That's awesome. Busy. So like, what are your hobbies? What do you guys do?
Carry them to fields. No, we're involved in our church. We have a lot going on there. We help with the kids ministry there. I do, if I'm not, usually nighttime or early in the morning, I'm making content for the lawn care page or my digital marketing page. Other than that, we're just a really big family. So we're close with my parents. We're close with my wife's parents. So, you know, there's always something going on within the family. We just took a trip up to where were we? Blue Ridge. Yeah, just this past weekend to see my mom's side of the family. So, you know, it's either
Beautiful.
Yeah.
it is beautiful, especially this time of year. The
Yeah.
leaves are starting to change. It's gorgeous. But you know, so if it's not work, church, kids, family, that's pretty much it. That's what I got. So
Well, that's awesome. You're a family man, and you are definitely busting your butt out there to provide for your beautiful family.
well, thank you. Yeah. So and we've recently I've talked my wife into doing some traveling. So we do that when we can. But you know, that's kind of hit and miss here lately.
Yeah, it's definitely hard with kids, and I can't
Well, that
imagine
and
with
it's
four of them.
Everything is so expensive now.
Yeah.
You're not kidding. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Where's
Yeah.
on your list to go?
Do what?
Where's on your list?
Well, so 2 years ago I drug my wife kicking and screaming to Wyoming,
Okay.
and I say kicking and screaming. She just it's not that she didn't want to go. She's just not much of an outdoorsy kind of person, and that's all there is out there is just outdoors. There's nothing really. So we went and you know we fell in love with it 2 years ago, and then we went back the next year and took my entire family. We you know all the kids, my mom and dad, my brother and his wife, and their kids. So we all went out there. So it's on my list to go back at some point. But you know, Hawaii is always on the list. You know, I'm down to go anywhere. I'll go to a small town, you know, Kentucky. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I just like seeing things and experiencing other things. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Welcome to South Florida. It's hot here.
Yeah. Actually, my uncle, he lives, I think he moved back to the Orlando area, but he spent a couple of years in Key West.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Very nice.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you have a lot of different things going on. Is there anything else you want to tell everybody?
Well, I'll circle back to the digital marketing thing as far as entrepreneurship and stuff like that. So, really my goal with that digital marketing account essentially is just to like help show people how to become an entrepreneur and not just it's mostly focused on digital, like so doing everything online. But it can apply to anything like you know video the other day, whether you're making keychains or cups or t-shirts or anything like that, everything is going online. And you know it helps to have those skills to try to market yourself and put yourself in front of the right people. So I took those skills and tried to take that to the lawn care industry and show that you know even if you're great at running a mower or a string, you know, a trimmer or whatever, you have to have a presence online these days. So I try to take my blue collar roots and you know the digital marketing skills that I've gained and try to marry them and you know just show that there is a different side of the business to those guys. You don't always want to be the guy on the mower. At some point, you want to be running the company and you know having people work for you. Just to try to cast some vision for the guys that are just starting out and trying to be entrepreneurs. So you know it's always been my heart to help, and you know why not help the people that you know that I was. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. So
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, that's really awesome because like I had to search YouTube for everything. People will give you like little cliffhangers of how to start your stuff and really no solid advice. And it's not easy navigating this digital world right now.
Oh.
Like things are changing so fast and there's an app for this, an app for that. And it's just so damn confusing. So that's really cool what you're doing.
yeah, you're 100% right. You know, you can. I've been to YouTube University, so I'm not rich enough to call somebody to fix a car. You know, something minor on the car, so I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
So you know, I get that, and you know, I understand. So yes, so showing, and like I said, just like my lawn care account, I give a lot of information for free. Same thing with my digital marketing account. You know, I give a lot of information for free. Obviously, I do sell things because again, trying to make it worth my time, and eventually, I would like to do that full time so that I can do the traveling and work from
Yeah.
want. But for the time being, this is what I'm doing, and I'm just trying to help out as I can. And like I said, if I make my main focus to try to help people become successful, eventually I will become successful myself. That's the plan, anyway.
Absolutely. There's nothing like giving.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're watching, go on TikTok. His digital page is DJ Allen Digital. And then his lawn care page is Online Lawn Pro. Go ahead and follow him. Check out his videos, like them, share them. Has some really solid advice on there. And I can't wait to learn more as we start our new friendship.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for the shout out.
Yeah.
So I just want to say one.
Okay.
So when Tiffany told me that we were going to be talking to you, she said, we're going to be talking to DJ Allen. And I was like, who the hell's DJ Allen? She's like, as a guy we're going to be talking to. I was like, he's a DJ? She's like, no, that's his name. And I was like, he's got an awesome name, DJ Allen. I was like, he can go famous.
Hey, I'll DJ too, man. I love music, but no, I'm not
Right?
a DJ.
There's another job for you.
Yeah.
John's middle name is actually Allen,
Yep.
too.
Oh, really? Very
Yeah.
cool.
Like everybody in his family was Allen.
Pretty close.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
Good
cool.
people.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not a DJ, but for the right amount, I can be there.
That's right.
Right? Entrepreneurship.
That's right.
Right amount of money.
That's right.
Well-
We'll just leave it at that.
Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your life with us.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me.
We
Appreciate
truly
you
wish you
on.
nothing but the best.
Thanks. You guys too.
Never stop helping people.
I was going to say also, I checked out your apparel. I really enjoy it. It's very, very cool.
Thank you. Yes, we retain an artist and she hand paints everything.
Yeah.
So we tell her what we want. She sends us back and forth pictures, how things are going step by step. We modify things and yeah. So
Trying to get all the blue collar trades that you don't see on shirts or you don't see really anywhere to buy any merch for them,
Yeah.
Trying to show awareness for what these guys do and get it out there more.
Absolutely. That's awesome because like you said, you can find, electrician, plumber, stuff like, I can't find hydrovac stuff. Can I make a request for a hydrovac truck?
We will add it to the list.
You gotta give us some
every day for us.
You gotta give us some really badass pictures that we can kind of get off of an idea from and have it painted.
Absolutely.
So if you can get us some awesome pictures, we can make it.
Heck yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'll make sure I'll get you some stuff.
Yeah. Send us some good pictures and we can get an idea of what to do, and then
we'll send it to her.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That'd
be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity, and like you said, I look forward to following along with your guys' journey and seeing and wishing you nothing but success.
Thank you guys once again. This is DJ. Find him on TikTok at Online Lawn Pro and DJ Allen Digital.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one, our friend.
All right. Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.